All right, welcome back to Dawn.
And the Q, where Go brings nothing but happiness. Welcome back, Octo. It's been a while.
It has been a while. That was partially by design. Uh, I do like to keep a very sparse schedule with our episodes. But what have you been up to?
I've been up to quite a bit. Last week, so we I wanted to film last week, but
I know we should have. Oh, we should have. We'll
but
get to that in a minute. We should have.
but um no, I was traveling cross country in a Greyhound bus at that point. I
That would have been funny.
Yeah, I had gone out to New Jersey for my friend's bachelor party, and to kind of as a frame of reference, I live in Minnesota in the Midwest, so like dead center of the country, all the way to the East Coast. I took a Greyhound bus. Why did you take a Greyhound bus, Pagogo? Well, when you don't have the proper identification to go flying, you take a bus.
Mm.
So I bus there, and I will say it was a fun experience for just doing it once. Don't do it. I would never do that again. And by that I mean going there was fine, and going back I was like, this is miserable. I'd
Yeah,
I'd rather be plain go. Sorry. um, we're a little
that's a long
feisty.
ride.
We're a little feisty about go lately, but more on that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So it was so long, and I was just stressed out about like making my buses on time and like actually getting on the correct buses, because like in my head I'm like, oh, it's like an air, like this is cross continental travel, therefore it must have a good setup, like at like an airport. This flight is now boarding at gate 5. Last call, like all that shit. No, dude, you like get to the any bus station, good luck. It like there's no announcements. A bus just rolls up, people start getting off, and you're like, is that my bus? And you just have to line up and be like, where are you going? And the bus driver gets all irritated. I'm going to Syracuse. And you're like, oh, okay, sorry.
I actually felt really terrible. I think you were on your way back, and I was like, "Oh, I think he's supposed to get back today." And I asked you, I'm like, "Are you almost home?" And you're like, "Yeah, almost." And you're like, "I'm here." And I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh my God, he still has like another 10 hours on that bus."
Yeah, you messaged me when I was like 2 hours outside of Chicago, and you're like, oh shit. Dude, the
Jeez,
worst part about the trip is that you didn't visit me in Cleveland when I stopped for 6 hours.
dude, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Dude, after I got to after I got to Cleveland the first time, I was like, yeah, don't come and see me. This place is a dump. Like what are we gonna do? I'm like, ain't like I thought about it, and I was like, I wouldn't really want to play Go anywhere there. It all sucks. The bus station for sure sucked. And I was like, no, this just all together is terrible and I hate it. So good job saying in wherever you are.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was good. And once I got to New Jersey, then I had fun. Then it was, well, technically 3 days of bachelor party, but I was there for a total of 5 days. I got there a day early and left a day after the bachelor party. So
Mm.
it was nice. Got to see friends and relax, and yeah. It wasn't a stereotypical like woo bachelor party. It was like, let's play Magic and D&D, guys. So, yeah, that's the type of bachelor party we had. Um but yeah, so I was gone doing that. Um and while I guess it wasn't while I was gone, but a day or two after I came back, my 1 year anniversary of playing Go happened.
Yeah.
July 9th. It's been more than 1 year now.
How do you feel? 1 year down.
Man, bittersweet.
We've come a long way in 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, overall, super happy, and I should be proud of my progress. But the last like 6 months, I'm just like, this sucks. Now I'm like, I got a wall in front of me, and Go sucks. Nothing makes sense to me anymore. Am I really an SDK?
Hmm.
All those feelings and thoughts. Um, but yeah, I guess like as a quick summary of the year, yeah, I mean it was good. I started from quite literally nothing, peaked at 5Q, and then after I don't know maybe 5 or 6 games, fell back to 6Q, and I've been steady there. Um, yeah, it was fun flying through the DDK ranks. Fun finally breaking through to SDK and being like, I did it. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, what is in front of me right now? And then like kind of making a little jump over that. And yeah, now here I am sitting here. Um, I wanted to try and push to 1 Dan and tried my best. Had other things going on where I just like did not commit as much time as I really had wanted to. Plus,
Yeah.
I got burnt out, um, but it's okay. Um, I set that goal more so just to try and push myself. 1 Dan
Right.
can come whenever. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's been fun. Made some good friends along the way, like yourself, Octo.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, how have you been in the past month?
Terrible. Terrible. I've
Oh,
been,
do tell.
yeah, been pretty toxic with Go. So we should probably, yeah, it's a nice segue into tonight's theme.
Mm.
And we should probably put a pretty massive disclaimer on this episode. Um, for the most part, this is going to be a giant venting episode. Okay. So if you don't like listening to people complain, this isn't your episode. Just wait for the next one.
Yeah,
And we're probably going to wind up being a little more crass than normal, I would expect.
probably
Um,
you.
Probably me. In fact, like to sort of go back and answer that question, why should we have recorded a week ago? I was so riled up a week ago. I was in such a terrible mood, and we had been talking about like what we were gonna do for this episode, and I was like, I got it. I just want to bitch for like an hour about everything that pisses me off with Go. I have calmed down quite a bit over a week. It doesn't even take me a week to come back down,
Oh,
but
don't
like
worry, you'll get riled up this
I
episode.
probably will, but I will certainly be missing some gusto that I had last week.
Yeah.
So, but what happened? What happened last week?
Yeah,
Well,
what did happen?
actually, actually, to tell a much better story, we actually have to go all the way back to February. Um,
Wait, is this
yeah.
when you fell?
Hold on, hold on. Uh, so so back in January and February, I'm like racking my brain out trying to finish this master's thesis. But what's happening virtually every February? The Midwest Open is happening. Fabulous tournament. Um, except this time around, it was a complete disaster for me, not for the tournament, for me. I played the two worst tournament games I have ever played. I mean, you guys were watching those games because
Mm.
I was kind of broadcasting them on OGS, and they were bad. Even with the AI review that I did afterwards, it basically said at no point ever in either of those games did I even have a chance of winning? Like I basically lost the game right from the start.
Yeah.
Um,
And I forgot, were you playing people your rank or was it Q ranks?
well, that gets into another thing. So the first person I played um
Oh, it's coming back
was
to me now. Yep. Keep going.
I think he was a 3 dan, but when I looked him up afterwards, he had previously been a 4 dan. So this person was probably out of my league. And admittedly, I played into an AI Joseki that I had been studying, and for some reason, like the AI move sends me off the rails. And when I check later on, and when I say AI move, I mean like one of these AI books that I have. When I check later, AI's like, no, you don't play that move. You play this whole other move. And I'm, oh my God.
Oh
So
my
I
god.
instantly like there was just a Joseki where I just got destroyed in the corner. Like my entire position collapsed. So I was behind the whole time. Um, then I played in round two a 1 dan who, in that tournament, he placed first place in the low dan division. Like we're you have like the masters, which is like all the really strong people, and then it just starts pretty much with low dans because you have to be like I don't know if it's a 4 dan or a 5 dan to play in the masters division, but the rest of us are like low dans, right?
Hmm.
This 1 dan plays first in the low dan division, and then I think he played at Chicago, so he like instantly ranked up to high two, maybe even 3 dan. So this dude was underranked. Clearly, he was way better than 1 dan, but this is all like after the fact. So I play like the two worst games ever, and then I end up falling down some stairs in that mansion. And side note, same day, my wife got rear-ended with my daughter in the back seat. They were fine, but it was like all these bad omens were just piling up that I just ignored it. I should not have played in that tournament, and I was just so mad. I just left after round two. I just said, "Screw this! I'm going home." I was so pissed off,
Not
and
only
I didn't go back the next day. Everybody was like, "Where the hell's Octo?" I'm like, "No, dude, I'm done."
not only did you not come back, you were just like absent from Discord for weeks.
Yeah, yeah. I needed some space. I that was such
I mean,
so mad.
you know, in the in the
No,
moment,
it's funny. It's funny.
very frustrating. But looking back at it, it's so funny. You're just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Octo lost a couple games. You're like, I fucking fell down some goddamn fucking stairs. I ain't coming back tomorrow.
I
And then you
know, I
just
know. I was like, this day is a nightmare. What am I doing? And I literally like I just drove like the hour and a half home, however long it is, and I just because my wife was still stuck in a different state dealing with the car wreck, and I'm just like I just lie down on my couch, I take a little nap, and I wake up, and I am bruised all to hell. I was hurting so bad. Like just
oh
being like
no.
relaxed, like everything stiffened up from the fall. It was just terrible. It was terrible. So that kind of set the tone for this entire year, to be quite honest.
For
And
the
I was like,
year?
man,
Oh my
well,
god.
here's the thing, because I had such a terrible experience, and there's another reason why, which we're going to talk about later.
Okay.
That's going to be a nice topic for later.
Mm-hmm.
There's another reason why I got so mad at that tournament. We're going to talk about that later. But it kind of set the tone for me that I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a break from tournament play. I'm going to take a full year off, which sucks too, because the Cincy tournament is right around the corner. I'm not going to go to it. I'm going to like stick to my guns here and just to keep going with my break. But anyway, that was kind of setting a tone for the year. Now, things have gotten better. Um and oh my god, a little more recently. Okay, so let's flash forward to like maybe like 3 weeks ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finally like, okay, I've been doing a bunch of puzzles. In fact, I did like 450 puzzles in 1 week because I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to do like a new puzzle regimen. I was doing Sumigo, Tasuji, and shape problems every
Which,
single day.
for the audience, is not like you at all. You do
No,
not do any sort of puzzle work. So the
I
fact that
really don't.
you're doing that was it's
Yeah.
good. It's good
Um,
practice.
so I'm finally like, okay, let's try Fox again. I am just this close to double D ranking because I got up to 5 on Fox and I do not belong there. I can't win a single game. And because I've lost all of them, I'm going to double D rank back down to 3 Don, which really sucks. But I'm like, okay, let's just try it again. Been working on these puzzles. Let's do this. And I got to say, that game, it was like I was playing an infant or something. I'm like, what is this person doing? They're terrible. I am just manhandling this person. And then it just hit me all of a sudden. There's just something about that fucking server. I just I want to kill their groups. I want to murder on that server. I'm like, this is your group is so dumb. You're never gonna live. How dare you even attempt this? And of course, in true Fox fashion, it just backfires and blows up in my face, and I am just livid. How? How is this happening? It's my own fault. I should have just, you know, rode out the wind. Um, so I'm like, God damn it! I hate Fox so much because, like, if I play too passively, they just do all their shenanigans and they always get away with it. If I play aggressively and I try their nonsense, it always just blows up in my face. I can't win. I cannot win with those players. I can't stand that server. So about a week goes by, and I'm playing Neil, and Neil has gotten stronger. Neil has gotten pretty good over the last, let's say, like 8 months. And this
Hmm.
isn't the first time we played. This isn't even like the first time he should have beaten me, to be quite honest. We've had a couple of close games where he just missed something. But in this game, I was winning. I came back. I wasn't always winning in the game. It wasn't a blowout, but I came back. I
Yeah.
was ahead,
You were
and
not
I
winning
checked
for
with
a
AI.
long time.
I checked with AI, and AI was like, "Oh yeah, you're ahead. You're ahead."
Hmm.
And admittedly, I just stopped paying attention. I got distracted. I'm like playing two games at once, something that's not Go, and there's just
Were you
a
playing
simple.
League?
I was probably playing League. I could have been playing Borderlands or something. Who knows what I was
Oh
playing?
my
Playing some other
god.
game, and I'm just kind of like looking over and clicking every now and then. And there was just a simple connection. It didn't even need to be complicated. I'm just like trying to just reduce something I don't even need to reduce, and like I
It's
didn't connect, and like with one move, flunk, my head goes flying off. It's game over. We're not even into the end game. It's like late middle game, and with a single move, the game is over, and I just lose it. I get so mad. I quit all my ladders. I just shut down for a few days. Um, so that was a long-winded way of getting around to kind of talking about our first topic here. A combination of topics, kind of bad beats and stagnation. Yeah. Um,
sorry by the way. I I'm laughing just cuz like we're just going to be complaining this whole episode and be like, "I hate Go. This sucks." But yeah, I looked at that game right before this we started recording, and yeah, sure as shit, you're like, I just need to connect, and I'm watching the AI just be like, connect, 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 and all of a sudden it happens, and I'm like, ooh, that's not good. Oh,
yeah.
okay. I'm being told my connection is choppy and robotic. Can you hear me now, Octo?
No, it's still pretty bad.
Really? What? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see right now. It's saying it's really bad in Discord. Oh shit. Oh, I think it's back. Oh no, never mind. It's gone. Uh,
All right. Well, Pagogo's having
the
some troubles.
the recording should still be fine because it's only through Discord.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Um,
I was I was pretty annoyed. And to clarify here, we're not talking about like winning, losing. I'm not mad because I lost. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. Like that's just a fact of the game. It's the manner in which I lose.
yeah,
Like, oh my God.
I can get behind that just because that's how I've been feeling lately. Because even like to kind of go further into the topic of just like bad beats and stagnation, um, you know, even if I'm winning a game or if I'm losing a game, I'm just like I've just been unhappy with all my games for the past like 3 weeks, where I'm just
Hmm.
like I'm not happy with how I'm playing. I feel like I don't understand the game anymore, which isn't true. Like something else is just going on, but it's just like, man, this is really annoying, and it makes me not want to play because I'm just like, why would I play if I just feel bad as I play?
Right.
It's like I don't want this anxiety on me of like, oh god, I'm walking this like tightrope ladder. Oh no, I'm gonna mess up the game. Oh, and there it goes. It's like, ugh, I don't want to deal with that. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I've been experiencing that too as of late. Maybe that's because you're my teacher, and so whatever problems you have, I now have.
Dude, I like never teach you anymore. So I don't know why you keep calling me that.
You're always my sensei. Bow to your
But yeah,
sensei.
it's yeah, bow to your sensei. It's dude, I hate losing that way. I hate pouring in so much work and you know you're doing well, you know you're ahead, and
Mm-hmm.
like with a singular move, you lose. What is this, chess? So stupid.
What
I
is
just
this chess?
I cannot stand losing that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I shut down for a little while, but it made me question things because it was also the nature of the blunder. Like that was a blunder way below my level.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, am I even at two done? Like, am I not past this already? How am I still making these stupid mistakes? What am I doing?
Yeah. How do you think I feel when I go to review games and I hear like this is a DDK mistake, and I'm like, am I
Dude,
really SDK?
I know. Mine felt like a DDK mistake.
Yeah.
Um,
I won't. We won't touch on the advice we gave in a previous episode about being in a rut or stagnation because that's already there. We know, like, there are ways we can get out of this, but we just want to complain. So
I might come back to it at the very end, just as like a nice closing remark. But and I will say, we're gonna get there. Okay, we got a lot of things to talk about,
yeah,
and I might make some enemies. I might really turn some people off with some of my hot takes, but I am gonna try
probably.
and play devil's advocate as much as possible because a lot of things I'm conflicted about.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I have felt a little bit of stagnation as well this year. And I mean, I'm taking the year off from tournament play with the idea that I'm, training montage. I'm going to get better over this year. So when I go back to tournaments next year, I can finally push myself maybe up to three dan. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I got a long way to go. I'm nowhere near that yet.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like I said, I'm in the same boat as you in terms of the stagnation. I'm actually, I might be turning the corner. Today, I had moments where I'm like, I think I'm playing well, which I haven't thought in weeks. Um, but yeah, it's just a lot of like you said, there's just games where I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why am I making these moves? I don't feel like I understand anything in this game. I feel like everything is fine. And that's the other thing that's frustrating too, is like, just because I haven't been talking with like you and Max lately because I've, just been busy. But like, I'll look at games and I'm like, it was even, and then it says I'm ahead. Oh, and then it fell off a cliff, and I was like, it's either it's like, and it's at a point where it's not like, oh, it was some sharp move in some sequence. It was just like, oh no, they just took this like big point on the board, and it's like it's one of those situations where the position is fine from like an AI perspective because it understands this like glob of stones is like a bit loose and it can do something with it. But as like an SDK, I'm like, nah, dude, that shit's solid. Like I ain't doing anything with that. So it's like it's almost more frustrating to like have that AI graph be like, yeah, you were winning. I'm like, no, I was not. At my level, I was not winning. Just shut up. Stop talking to me.
Oh
um
man.
but yeah, what other bad beats do you have? Or was that about it?
I mean, that was like the catalyst for my most recent tantrum. Yeah. I mean, I know I need to stop being a whiny little bitch. I'm very self-aware, I promise.
We all
Uh
know.
I yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, do you want to know what like kind of psyched me out of it last week? Yeah, at some point last week.
Was it when I started to do a playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club for you?
Dude, don't not here, dude. This is a sacred space, man. Don't bring that shit here. No.
No, what was
It
it?
was it was actually Starpoint's episode where he was talking about how he finally leveled up.
Oh, I haven't watched that one.
And I was like, man, good for you, dude. Ah, so inspiring. It just
Nice.
kind of I don't know what it was. It just kind of snapped me out of it.
Nice.
It was good.
Well, hopefully I have something like that.
Yeah. Fix yourself.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe I should play Herb. God, he
Dang.
watches this too. We love you, Herb. Um,
All right, do you want to
sorry,
transition?
I just had a moment where I realized like Herb messaged me while I was in New Jersey.
Oh,
And I forgot that we talked. Anyways, yeah, what's the next point, Octo?
okay, okay. So now we're gonna get into what might be some controversial stuff, and I
Yes.
don't have a proper articulation for this, so I kind of just been using like a filler word to describe this phenomenon that I've noticed. But I truly believe that there are various forms of gatekeeping happening in the Go community, and it drives me crazy. I think it's terrible. And let me explain like an easy one to talk about that has admittedly gotten better. Um, in the last 5 years, I feel like we've seen like an explosion of awesome YouTube content. Like um Yoon's put a cafe. We have I've actually been watching uh, is it there's like two. There's like Awesome Puttock and Simple.
Oh, awesome and simple
Um
Baduk. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Two different
yeah.
channels, by the
And
way. But
yeah, two
yeah.
different channels. Um who else do I watch a lot? Um we have Yunkudo. Just anyway. There's so much content now. I feel like there was a time when so much of that stuff was not available, and it was so hard to like really learn something new. Um, I mean, if you don't mind investing, you can do this stuff. But what was the alternative? You were probably going to have to get a teacher of some sort, right? So where am I going with this? I have weird little hangups about teachers in the Go community. And I think for me, I I'm very suspicious. And here we go. I'm not gonna. Here we go. I'm very suspicious
Don't name
if you're.
names.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not going to. If you're an SDK and like promoting yourself as a teacher, and the reason why is like it's internal for me because I feel like what authority over this game do you have? And that's reflective of me because I don't feel like I know anything. I don't feel worthy to ever
Mm-hmm.
put myself in some sort of like full-time go teacher position. I'm not good enough. I am not good enough to do that. I can give generalized advice on my stream. That's easy. That's easy. But to actually like tout that I know some kind of truth about Go, nah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I guess like if you are an SDK and you're trying to be a teacher, it's like you would have to at least know like you the I mean, I guess it really depends on what level of SDK because there's gradients to that. Like the
Hmm.
having a 2Q versus a 6Q as a teacher is very, very different. Um,
Hmm.
but it's like at that point you have to know like you should only really be like teaching DDKs. And I guess I know for us it's more of like we have a certain view on how Go should be taught. And so when you have like, which I'm assuming what you're referring to is teachers, where it's like, no, this is what you must do this thing. And it's like, yeah, to an extent, but also like not always. Like there's always a little gray that we should always have a little disclaimer on, but it's like, yes, at your rank, just follow this rule, but know that there is a disclaimer, which you will learn about later type of deal.
Yeah, I had to really start checking myself with my stream because I finally realized that I was doing that way too much, and I don't want that. Like, I want to promote creativity in the game because that's what makes it fun, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I've gone through those phases where I'm so locked into a mode of playing. Like, this is how you play. This is the optimized sequence, and if you're not playing it, mm, you're bad. That's not the case at all. Just look at Fox players. No. Um, you can do all kinds of creative things, and it's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But here's the other side. Here, let me
Well,
let me defend.
let me add really quick before you keep going. The other thing I think that might be like maybe like I don't know, not frustrating for you, but it's like kind of could rub someone the wrong way is like if you are the content that you are teaching as an SDK might just be more regurgitated like here's this information and you are just regurgitating it, not so much trying to like again maybe it
Yeah.
depends on the teacher, but like you're not trying to uh cater what you know about Go to that student. Like if I just went to you and you just kept regurgitating information, it's like why do I need to go to you when I could just watch several YouTube videos, right? That may have the same type of information that I need. And like
Hmm.
I guess maybe the issue and where it kind of comes into play is like if that person is paying someone else money for that, it's like especially as like DDK, SDK, it's like you can find some of this information online. Now, they can do what they want with their money. People can market themselves however they want and, you know, charge for lessons, whatever it is. But it's like, from our perspective, it's like there is some information out there that you can get. And there's, unless the teacher is actually being a teacher and trying to like help you understand your game and what you know and cater to you, like I don't see what the difference is between having someone just either go through AI sequences or regurgitate like information you can find somewhere else and just doing that by yourself. So,
Yeah. Well, let me make some arguments from the other side that I think are actually really solid. If you are wanting that personal touch of of like a real teacher that's going to engage with you, maybe even give you homework as well as game reviews and just like whatever package they're offering, you should go for it.
mm-hmm.
If that's how you learn really well and you mesh with that teacher and their teaching style, their playing style, if it's all working, you should absolutely go for it.
Yeah.
There's I mean, they're providing a pretty massive service and you should pay for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the argument is, well, if I'm claiming that like SDKs Yeah, I mean, like if you're close to dawn level, okay, I can see that. But if you are a DDK and I'm claiming, oh, if you're an SDK teacher, that's kind of overkill. Should a DDK be getting lessons from a mid dawn? Absolutely not. That doesn't really make any sense either. So that kind of invalidates my idea that there should be SD or that there shouldn't be SDK teachers.
Mm-hmm.
But I think sort of the happy medium there is when you're that early in the game, you don't really need to invest in a teacher. You just need to play games. And the quickest way to get better is just game reviews. It truly is. You don't need to study. You just need to learn little things, rank appropriate, and really you just need to find somebody 3 to 5 ranks above you and just
Mm-hmm.
have them review your game. You don't need to do anything special. And if you are looking for free reviews, not shouting out myself, there's an entire Discord called Go Beginner, and they do just post your game, post your SGF, and they'll give you a
Mm-hmm.
free review.
Yeah, I
Um,
know you're not trying to promote yourself, but again, Octo will
well,
act.
I
Well,
haven't been
wait,
streaming,
yeah, I was
so
gonna say, hold on. Whenever you do stream again, you do reviews for like Q games, but like aside from you, there are some other people that do stream where there's like who has a game for me to review, and you can just give it to them. So like
yeah,
that, those resources exist.
yeah, absolutely. And again, this is like a tiny little thing with my idea of gatekeeping. Let's move into a different idea here, and I've kind of talked about this before. Like, becoming a down level player is mostly a recent thing for me. This is my 16th year playing Go, and I just became down level like 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I had this starry eyed vision of what it was going to be like. I finally made it. Where are all my Dawn brethren to welcome me? No, that is not what the Go community is like. It is not this wildly connected Dawnhood. It is this very fractured group of cliques, and I cannot stand it. I really hate it, and I really don't feel like I fit in anywhere. Like I've tried to infiltrate a few of them, and it just never feels right. Even if I do actually make it in, it never feels right.
That's why you're trying to cultivate me as a Don, so then you have your own new clique.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
But I really hate that. That's just a different form of gatekeeping. It's not really gatekeeping. I just don't have a good word for it.
yeah, the it's not as like there's not as like good of like a community as you thought there would be, where it's like, oh, you're a Don, I'm a Don, let's go like talk about the game together and have fun. It's like, and I mean, you kind of talked about this, but it appears to me that like, and I've seen it slightly through various streams, but like there can be a group of like you could line up 50 people who are all 2 to 3 Don, and they all view the game wildly differently, and will have like big arguments over things that ultimately like which is funny because they ultimately just don't matter. Like you all of a sudden bring the conversation to someone who's like a 5 Don, they're like, doesn't matter. Like you're both kind of right, but really it doesn't matter. And but like they like die on this hill. They're like, no, this is the way things are, and it's like, no, this is
Yeah.
the way things are, and you're like, oh my god, can you guys just like calm down for a moment? Like, just chill.
Yeah, there's some kind of ego disease with mid dawns. I feel like they have discovered some novelty truth about Go, and they will die on that hill. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is the way. This is the only way to do it. You have to do this.
Yeah, I would say for me, from what I have seen, more so lately in the past few months, maybe it's just because I'm better. I'm like, I can see this now. Or maybe it's just coincidence, but like on various Twitch chats, if there's ever like it's usually just an SDK stream. It's never a DDK or a Don, whatever. But like if an SDK is streaming and they're playing a game, it is just like all these mid-level Dons are like, you need to be doing this. No, this needs to be happening. You should have been doing this. This is terrible. Why are you doing this? And I'm like, holy shit, like calm down for a minute. Like there's this
The streamer is only 5Q. Chill. You know?
yeah, well, like one, they're streaming, so they're interacting with chat and they're like
Yeah.
playing a game. And two, and I noticed this, whenever a player, like when I left DDK, like up until DDK, I was like, this is, the community is awesome. They're so helpful. This is very nice. And they were. The comments and the feedback I got was helpful. As soon as I like got to SDK and like remained consistent there, dude, I just felt terrible. Like every time I got like like people were commenting on my game, or I got reviews, not you and some others, like some of our friends, but like all of a sudden I'm just like, this is not enjoyable anymore. And I get it. It's like there's new problems I have, so they're trying to like address that. But it went from like 0 to 100, where they were like, oh yep, I understand what you're doing here. That doesn't quite work because, you know, there's this issue. And you're like, oh okay, like I get it. And then it went to, no, you must play this move. This is, yeah, this is a big move. What are you doing? Like, you need to play this. And I'm like, but I don't quite understand that. Like, well, what do you mean? This is a fine move. And I'm like, but it looks like I can maybe get cut and other things. They're like, no, because there's this sequence here. And I'm like, okay, well, that was fun. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. I don't know what to do about that. Because I feel like I'm such a black sheep. In fact, I would say still like a huge amount of the community has no idea who I am. Well, for
Yeah.
good reason, because I'm a nobody.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've taken some breaks, but I think, you know, over the past couple of years, I have been a decently consistent streamer. So it just I try to interact with the streaming community a decent amount, because in a sense we are kind of providing a service, you know, for the community. And in fact, that's and I'm going to speak to a little bit more about this later. I mean, that's a big part of why I wanted to do what I am doing with my stream. Years ago, I used to stream my games. Like I was playing games, and I was only like 3Q back then. But there is, you know, a much broader issue that the AGA tracks, and it has to deal with like how many people come into Go every single year and how many people leave Go every single year, and it's almost the same amount. So the community itself is stagnating. Like we can't grow properly because we have people leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of begs the question: why are people leaving, and at what rank are they leaving? Could potentially be another significant question. I have an assumption that several people hold, though, and it's somewhere around the SDK rank. Like if you're trying to get to SDK, or if you just got to SDK, what in the world do we do to keep moving forward? That was the whole premise of my stream. Just trying to help those people get to that milestone and then keep moving past that milestone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
I mean, I will say, like, a couple weeks ago, like, when I was on my trip and I was playing my terrible games of Go, I was like, why am I playing this game? Like, I kind of just want to quit playing. Obviously, like,
no.
it was like a momentary, just like, I want to be done. But, like, I still enjoy the game. I'm still playing it. I'm here. It's fine. But, like, in that moment, I was like, oh, I get it. It's like, I'm at this point where I'm like, it just feels so difficult. And I don't know what to do, and it's frustrating. And the difference between SDK and Dawn it's massive. Like,
Yeah.
There are people out there who are like, dude, getting to Dawn is easy. And then, like, sure, whatever. But it's like, for us plebs, it is hard. It is hard work. And I know you have told me that over and over again. We're like you're like you can do it, but it's gonna take time and effort. Like it's not gonna be as easy as I think it is. And you were right. It is difficult.
I'm probably a bit of an outlier too. Like I would say most people are, if they're going to hit Dawn level, they're going to do it before a decade goes by. Like I'm a late bloomer. It took me forever to finally get there.
Oh man.
Um, but I had to overcome, quite a few like mental obstacles along the way. Like I had to release certain ways of thinking to finally like push myself into,
Mm-hmm.
a new perspective of understanding. Um, but let's
Oh, wait. Oh, I need to touch on this one last thing. The
okay,
other thing that has annoyed me so much with Twitch chat is I will be watching someone stream and I know they're Don level players because I either know the name or just by the way they're talking, I'm like, I know you're Don. But it's just like, it's so frustrating to see over and over again someone be playing a game and then they're like, oh, is he gonna mess up? And then they mess up. They're like, it's all downhill for here from here, and like it's like,
game over.
yeah, and it just keeps going on in the chat. Like it's all over. It's done. This game's cooked, and like, and you just see the streamer being like, what? And it's like move 40. And you're like, can you shut up? Like there's still a lot that can fucking happen, but dude, and it just like it gets worse and worse where they're just kind of like I think they think they're doing it jokingly, and I think to some extent it is. But when that's all the streamer sees, this is part of the reason why I don't stream that much anymore. It's like when that's all you see is chat being like, "Oh, you messed up, ha ha ha. He doesn't know this Joseki. Oh, you gotta do your Sumego study." It's like, all right, well then I don't really want to stream if I'm just gonna have my chat basically be like, "Oh, ha ha ha, they're losing. They messed up again." And like what's worse is when I see the streamer like in the thick of it, like they do not look like they're enjoying themselves. And then they like look at chat and that's what they see in chat. And I'm like, "What what are you guys doing? Do you want this person to continue playing the game or do you just not care?" I mean, they probably don't care either way, right?
Mhm.
Ultimately, that's what it is. And I mean, people can do what they want, but this is just kind of like my own little opinion, but it's like if you're part of like a small niche game, which Go is in the US, it fucking is, then I think if you're a higher level player, you should want to have some responsibility of like trying to help grow the game a little bit. I'm not saying go out and volunteer and recruit people, but it's like if someone is struggling, don't put them down further and push them to a point where like they probably just want to quit.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to speak to that because there's a big difference between like having like frustration and maybe even like a sense of helplessness and just straight up wanting to stop. I would say if you are like in that mindset that you're ready to quit Go, you've got to find something to just reinvigorate you. And that can be different for different people. Um, it could be as simple as just rewatching Hikaru no Go.
I thought
To
about
be
that.
honest,
I thought about that.
to be quite honest, it's very inspirational. It could also just be something like trying to remember what was fun about the game, and just like rekindle that. You've got to go back to that.
It's funny you say that because I was thinking about that too. Where I was like, I just played simple building moves, and then I was like told like you can't do that. That's bad. Which to some extent was true in the situations I was doing it. And I'm like, what if I just started doing that again? Like
Yeah.
Like am I like creating new situations for myself in my games where I'm trying to improve? Like, no, but it's like it's what I like. I can still try out new things while still being safe about it. Anyways,
Yeah.
sorry, continue, keep going with what you were saying.
No, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna wait till the end to talk about like what do we do when we're just so frustrated and we just like we don't want to quit. We're too invested to quit, but I hate Go. Like when we're in that really toxic mindset, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna save that for the end.
Okay.
But let's sort of look at the agenda for a second. So we talked about Don's having slicked back hair. We talked about Twitch egos.
I'm
Neil
sorry.
is not present, but Neil did want us to mention something. Do you wanna cover that?
Before that, we can't not just address the fact that you said Dons have slicked back hair. That is a reference to the show I think you should leave. Um,
We love it.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. And if you know, you know. But
Yeah.
okay, that got me. Um, yeah. So Neil was talking about a topic he wanted to. He wasn't able to make it tonight, but one topic he wanted to go over is I don't want to read it word for word because I don't know if you want
Oh,
if you
I
want to
want to
summarize.
read it word. I want to read it word for word.
Okay.
Okay. The proliferation of strong players who are bad teachers, and how it's sometimes necessary for a student to just ignore advice from all but one teacher. And I know he has suffered through this, like trying to get advice from various Dawn level players, where, like I said before, there's like some sort of like illness with mid dawns where they think they have this one truth and they're going to peddle it no matter what it is. So he has all these different high people or high dawns telling him all these different things that he needs to start doing, and maybe there's like some element of truth to it, but it's not giving him what he needs to make the next step
Mm-hmm.
ultimately.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can tell you, I agree with that. Because again, the same like thing happened when I reached SDK. All of a sudden, I'm getting like all this advice where, I mean, not everyone is gonna be able to do this, but like I could, because I always went back to you and Max to talk. I was able to start kind of sniffing out like this isn't quite right. Like I understand what you're saying, but I'm not fully agreeing with it. And then I see other like Dons like arguing over what needs to be done, and I'm like, I think we're missing the point here, and I think
Right.
from now on I just need to like not like listen to what they say and just listen to like the two people that I can trust. Some might argue like, oh, that's so close-minded, you need to keep your options open, and it's like I get that, and others can do that, but like I think it's not terrible to just listen to whoever your teacher is, and then at some point I can branch out. It's like this is such a bad comparison, but it's like if a kid is in school and their teacher is teaching math and they're like, this is what you need to do, this is math right here, this is how you do all this stuff, and then all of a sudden they have like their uncle be like, no, it's like this, and then their brother's like, no, 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 it's like this, you got to do this, and then their mom, it's like at some point you should probably just listen to the teacher. Like that is their job. Just listen to them until it fails, and if it fails you go back to them and they can explain it. But like I don't know, again, probably a
Well,
bad comparison, but
it goes back to what we were talking about earlier with just being able to mesh well with a teacher. And maybe, in the moment you're so eager, you're like, yes, yes,
mm-hmm.
help me. I like this, I understand, but there's still something missing there, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think
so you
yeah,
just got to find that.
as a good example, like I mesh really well with Max because I know that there's more to the game than just plain stones on a goddamn board. There's a whole mental aspect of it where it's like I can look at a move and be like, that's a bad move. And it's like, but I made that move. So it's like, why did I make that move? Why am I feeling this way? And so the Max is like, yeah, what are you feeling? And I'm like, I'm feeling like this. He goes, then that makes sense why you're making this move. If you're feeling this way, you're going to make these types of moves. Now let's think about how we can break that. And I'm like, oh, thank you, therapist Max.
Yeah, therapy go.
But like, I would not do well with a teacher who's like, oh, you just need to like do a bunch of sumego. And I'm like, that that's not gonna vibe well with me.
Right.
Um, like
Um,
I wanna know, why am I feeling this way? How am I, like, what are my thoughts on what I think a position is and what it's saying? Because like I could look at a board and be like, oh yeah, I'm fine, and then Max is like, no, things are very wrong. And then I'm like, well, why do I think it's okay? And then we talk it through and I'm like, okay, so this is why it's not okay. Now I understand why I thought it was okay, but it's really not. Here are the reasons why. And then I can take that into the next game. And it's like the discussion had nothing to do with like, here's this like pattern of moves that need to be played out here. It's like, no, it's just this is what we see on the board. No stone has been placed from a certain position. It's just this is what is happening. Now what do you do? It's like, okay, given the information that I have, I should do this type of move. And so now it goes to this next portion of like, okay, you have your information, you know what's happening. What are you gonna do about it? I'm like, I make this move. And it's like, okay, now your execution is poor. so so like that's like the process I really like. It's like, okay, I need to first understand what is happening, and then now I need to make a decision on how to fix it or handle it. And then it's like, did I actually do like a good move based off of the information I had? Yes, no. If no, then let's learn some new moves then. Um, but like again,
yeah.
that's why I like Max as a teacher. But for some other people, it's like teacher might just be like, oh, you have troubles with corner sumegos. Let's do those. Or you need to learn these pincer josekis and yeah, whatever. I don't know.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this one just a little bit. Having someone tell you you need to do a bunch of sumigos sounds like shit. It might be what you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I and I
um,
I don't disagree with you. There are moments where that is helpful. I mean, there was a time when Paige, who is five Dan, right? Paige is a five Dan.
yeah,
Yeah,
AGA five.
this was back when I was a DDK. She had recommended this set of sumegos that I do basically every day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to you because you're a five Dan, and
Right,
and I did it, and it did help for a little bit. And then I had other issues that were sumegos were not going to solve that problem. So then I
right,
stopped doing
right.
that. Um,
It's funny that you singled out Paige because I was actually gonna say, I think it was Max who even like floated the idea like maybe you should try and take lessons from Paige because I've been too nervous and apprehensive about going down that road, mostly because of like the mesh factor. Paige has a wildly different style than what I'm very comfortable with, or that I even agree on some philosophical level. But his point is, yeah, maybe that's what you need. You need to like get out of your comfort zone. You need to force yourself into this position where you are thinking about the game from a radically different perspective
mm-hmm.
and just be open to that. Um, so I've kind of been
Do it.
um,
Do it.
I've been looking at several teachers recently. I think I've kind of settled on what I'm gonna do, which is going back to a much older plan. We're not gonna discuss it here,
Okay.
but yeah, I think it is kind of time for me to start pushing myself in ways that I don't want to. Like that's the level of like growth and breakthrough I need in order to keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have one other kind of big topic I want to talk about. Did you want to hit that last bullet point
The
about
last
AI?
bullet point. Oh,
Not number four. I mean
yeah.
the AI.
Yeah, dude, there's this other thing that annoys me to no end, and it's all because of you and Max. This is your guys' fault.
Yeah, it's
But
cool.
it's so annoying to like as an SDK or even a lowdown in some cases, like go over a game and it's like, oh, this is a kind of a tricky position, and then someone's like, you needed to play this move, and you're like, they show me the move, and I'm like, that seems really like complicated. Like this does not seem intuitive for like an SDK, or in some cases, it's even a complicated move for a lowdown, and they're like, no, this has to be played here, and it's like because AI says so, and then they show this whole sequence, and you're like, all right, dude, like. And again, this is because of who my teachers are, but it's like if you're getting yourself into a position where there's now a 20 move sequence that you need to play out, otherwise you lose, you did something wrong. Like you should not get yourself into a super sharp position where you need to like do that. At our level, that is. At our level, that should not be happening. Like that you
Right.
did something wrong. Um, and that's where like I get frustrated with people who rely on AI so much because I'm like, you can't be peddling what AI says because AI is just like all knowing and we are not. And two, like maybe your games are going, maybe you're stuck wherever you're at. So said person that I'm making up in my head because you just only use AI to learn. In which case, you're gonna struggle if you're only looking at these specific things. And this is more geared towards like probably like SDK lowdown players.
Oh, I absolutely saw a DDK in one of these Go Discords literally asking the other day, like, how do you guys use your AI to study? And I'm like, no, stop your DDK. AI should not even be on your radar. You need to stop caring about that. That is so far away.
Yeah.
I actually think that's one like what you're talking about and just this idea like the crutch of AI is probably one of the worst aspects of AI. I was I wasn't really for it because I was worried that it was going to be like the downfall of Go AI that
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yeah.
But actually, I think it's made things better for a lot of reasons. There are some like sad reasons, like there's lots of Fusekis that, like we don't play this anymore. You can play them. You like we're all amateurs. You can play whatever you want to play. You can still play the Chinese Fuseki. You just need to expect somebody's going to attach to that 3/4 stone because that's how AI refutes it now, right? But you
Mm-hmm.
can still play it.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, AI is giving you fractional differences in moves. I mean, you're gaining a tenth of a point by playing the AI move versus a random move. Some of these random moves are, according to the AI, it's like, okay, that's you lost maybe 2/10 of a point, big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be crazy. Not even like traditional theory moves. You can play crazy stuff. I remember a few months ago, I saw a dude arguing with bats on his stream about some crazy like AI move. Like it was like in a normal like corner sequence, and he's like, "Well, the AI says I only lose a tenth of a point, so why can't I play it?" I'm like, "Dude, why did you come here to argue this point? Like this is so dumb."
Yeah. Well, I'm thankful that I have my background in chess where I was taught from a very young age like you can use a chess engine, but like you really need to not rely on it. Like first look at the game on your own with someone and think about it. Then use the engine to look at other moves and know that it's not always like you can't always be playing this top option. It's like, oh yeah, there's this cool like queen sacrifice, and it's like you're not gonna see that at the level you're
Mm.
at. Like, you're just not going to see it. So play a normal move. Like, just play something normal that you can comprehend right now, and we can work on more of that fancy stuff later. That's what, like, a lot of like DDK and SDK players need to do. It's just do the simple thing. Do a normal move. You don't need to be doing this fancy attachment invasion thingy, like, unless you've studied it, that's a different story. But it's like, stop trying to get fancy. Keep it simple, stupid.
Here's the devil's advocate for that.
Mm-hmm.
There is a proper time to experiment. There's actually a range of ranks, and it's called mid SDK. When you
Yeah.
hit mid SDK, you need to start trying all kinds of crazy
I
things.
fucking hate it.
It's a good it's everything we've been talking about. Like that's how you're going to grow. You need to
Mm-hmm.
start trying things. It's not necessarily it's not necessarily the case that you need to start learning new things. You need to start trying new things.
That's probably why I've been hating my game so much as of late. It's because I'm trying new things and I'm like, God, this sucks. I hate this.
It's so good for you though.
I
It's so good
know.
for you.
I know. Just I want to get past it.
All right, let's move on to like my last big topic, which we're gonna circle back to chess actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this isn't quite so much as a hot take because I actually think there's a huge portion of the Go community that has a lot of disdain for the AGA. I'm gonna hate on the AGA just a little bit.
Ooh.
Um,
Let's hear it.
what? Yeah, here is the AGA's form of gatekeeping. Why are they holding back Go progress in the US?
How so?
I,
What do you mean?
I swear they are. Like, I mean, their playbook is like the same thing every year. Let's invest all of our money into Congress, and then we make a little bit more, and then we just sit on the nest egg. They're so risk averse, they won't take a chance on hardly anything. And what does this have to do with chess? I don't know why they aren't modeling everything after chess.com. Chess.com has been wildly successful. When I catch their Twitch streams, I'm like blown away. Because you know what it actually reminds me of? Playing League of Legends a long time. It reminds me of just how they're like sportscasters, right?
Yeah.
The announcers of the games.
Yes.
Chess.com does the same thing. They get these pros with personalities to talk about the game, and they're not just like, oh yeah, he might have this other move over here. No, they're not doing that. They're so excited, and they're trying to catch things really fast. Like, oh, there might be this. He might be thinking about this sequence over here.
Yeah.
There's just so much built-in enthusiasm. Like, why don't we have that?
Yeah, there's so much more emotion. And I know exactly what you're talking about because it's like a move will happen and you hear both the announcers go, oh, oh my God, the bar just swung. What's happening here? It's like, oh, there's a sequence here. Is he going to see it? They're like, it's really complicated, but maybe he can see it. He might consider this move, this move. If that happens, and this. And like, they get excited about it. But you're right. When I watch any sort of like Go stream, one, there's either no commentary or if there is commentary, sometimes it's only one person because whoever's running it can only get the one person to do it, and that's hard to do on your own. To just talk about the game,
Yeah.
especially when maybe there's not a whole lot going on, and you're just kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, you're right. It's not as exciting. Also, I think part of the issue too is like I'm sure those like hosts for those chess streams, they have like a list of like filler stuff to kind of like touch on, whereas
Mm-hmm.
like that probably just doesn't happen with any Go stream, right?
And we don't need pros to fill that void. Like there are plenty of people, amateur Don level players
Yeah.
that can do that. But I swear, like
One,
I've
I
turned. We're in the middle of Congress right now.
pause for a second. I 100% agree with that. That it doesn't need to be a professional because look at. I'm going to take esports for an example. You look at like League of Legends, Dota, any of those games. Those casters are not necessarily the top, like the creme de la creme. Some of them can just be lower rank, but that doesn't mean that they don't have a good understanding of the game and can commentate as to what is happening. I mean, that's also why you have like two commentators usually, is like you have the like play by play and then you have the color commentator. So you have these people playing off of each other to like make it more interesting. Um yeah, anyways, I needed to say that.
Yeah, we're in the middle of Congress, and I've caught a couple of streams, and it just is so boring. I can't stand it. Like, why are they holding us back like this? Like I said, I don't know why they're not modeling themselves. In fact, there's a phenomenon that I've noticed, and maybe these aren't all of the indicators that I've thought about, but when I watch other streamers, and let me set the bar here, okay? I think what Gotham Chess has done for the chess community is stellar, just out of this world. Like,
Hmm.
I would love to see some statistic, not that it could ever be compiled, but I would love to see like how much has he like brought in, not money, like how many players has his channel, his content alone brought in? If it was anything close to 10%, that's thousands and thousands of players. That's an enormous chunk, right?
Hmm.
Why don't we have a levy? Why is there no levy in the Go community? And what it is it's a combination of at least two. There might be more, but I've noticed like two factors that are determining like that level of success. And one is like education factor, and the other is genuinely like entertainment, personality. Most of the time with a Go streamer, you have one. You usually only get one of those.
Hmm.
I think, and it's not easy to do.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do. Like take Bats for example. Bats is educational and entertaining. That's one of the reasons why he's so successful.
Yes.
Um, and it's hard to keep up. You know, he drifts into his cynicism every now and then, and it's hard to keep doing that forever. But most of the time, you're gonna just get educational content, or you're just gonna get this person's personality because they're not a very good teacher. They don't know how to articulate things very well. It's just annoying that we don't have this because it's obviously bank. Like it obviously works.
Dude, if you had me and Locks commentating all the games of Congress, that would be the most amazing thing. You know it. It is it going to be terrific like technical commentary? No. Is it going to be entertaining? Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. I say it all the time. Like I love watching On the Locks just spaz out in the middle of his game. Oh fuck the. It's a game over? Oh wait. I have this really obvious connection move. Okay. Yeah, I love it. It cracks me up every time.
Locks
That's the entertainment value.
Locks is a gem of the Go community, and I never want to see him leave.
I'll tell you somebody else. Midnight the Blue.
Oh, he's
He
great.
he consistently gets so much more viewership than I do. Like
Hmm.
every time I turn him on, he has over 30 viewers.
Yeah,
Which in the Go community, you're doing pretty well.
that's a
Over
lot.
30
Yeah, yeah.
viewers. He's incredibly entertaining,
Yes, he
right?
is. Yep.
And he's gotten stronger too. I hope over the course of this next year he gets his AGA rank up because I think he's only 4Q. He's stronger than 4Q. Like I think over the last 6 months he has leveled up. So
Nice.
it's awesome watching him. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
He's
totally
very
get it.
entertaining. I
Yeah,
like
he's
watching
super entertaining.
Midnight.
But
Um,
that's what I'm saying. Like, why don't we have that? We're being held back.
yeah. I mean, it's all just armchair speculation, but it's like Levy was sponsored by chess.com. Like even early on, he was sponsored
Hmm.
by chess.com. Levy started to create better content and put more work in, and he had the support of chess.com to further that, right?
Yeah.
It's like any of any entertaining like Go content creators, or just Go content creators, period, are they being supported by, whatever Go organization, whether that's across the seas or AGA? Like, I don't see it. I'm newer to the community, so maybe there is some like support from them, but like that's one way to help like grow the community, get some personalities and icons. Like everyone in the US Go community probably knows who Bats is. They may know who Midnight is, depending. They may, depending on who it is, might know who Lox is. Like they'll know who Go Magic is. They will know who Starpoint is. They're gonna know all things Go. Like bring these icons in to help like make the event more fun, because people already watch these people for a reason. There's some entertainment value there.
Right.
Bring them in. Spend a little money. People are going to be excited to, oh my God, it's Go Magic commentating on a stream. Oh my God, it's Nick Sabicki commentating on a game. Like, dude, imagine the crossover of Nick Sabicki and Midnight the Blue commentating on a game.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Like, that's so fun, because there needs to be some entertainment to it. Like you said, it can't just be Go. Oh, we're here for the love of the game. It's like there needs to be a little entertainment to it too.
Yeah, there's a little too much ivory tower going on with that perspective of like just being so unwilling to take a chance, to take a risk.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels so obvious that this will work. Just try it,
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my little rant.
All right,
I
Octo.
guess.
Next year at Congress, you and me, we're gonna be commentating games.
Oh, I'll be playing. If I go to Congress, I'm gonna play.
Okay,
Never,
here's what's gonna happen,
never
Octo.
been, but
You're gonna play the first 2 rounds, be like, I'm fucking done.
you're right. I'm gonna fall down some. I'm gonna throw myself down some stairs. I'm done.
I'm like, oh, you fell down some stairs? Why don't you come sit down next to me in this commentator chair? I joke, but AGA, if you're listening, I would be open to providing some entertainment if you guys need it. But
see, I've openly badmouthed them, so I'm blacklisted.
I
It's all good.
think it was honest critiques of them, though, right?
It's not everybody. Like I know there are other people who share those sentiments, but it's whatever. These are just the ramblings of
Yeah.
a douche in a basement. Like who cares? I'm just like I said. This episode is just me being a whiny little bitch. I'm just crying about everything.
Dude, I there's gonna be some comments where like, you know what, I resonate with that. You were 100% right.
Yo, our listeners never comment. It's kind of sad, to be honest. I really wish we had more feedback, but it's all good. We're just having fun.
Yeah, in the comment section, tell us what irritates you about Go.
All right. So let's maybe wrap it up. Let's get around to this question. Like,
Yeah.
how the hell do we come back from this frustration? Like, what do we do to remedy this situation? First, I'm gonna give you the advice that was given to me, which is dog shit, by the way. You just need to get over it. You just need to zen it out and realize it doesn't matter. Just get over it. Move on.
You said zen it out, as in like
Zen it out, baby.
ZYN, get some zins.
Oh yeah. There you go. There you go, dude. Oh, you're so far ahead of your time.
Sorry, zen it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, zen it out.
Okay, that's the first
No,
piece of advice.
It's regardless of its truth value, which I know that's true. I know that. Shut up. Okay, like that's not helpful at all. I'm not a robot. I'm a human being and I have feelings. And it's okay for me to express my emotions and to feel negative feelings sometimes. Um,
I almost just said
so
something
that
so unhinged.
that just it's so unhelpful. Oh, just get over it. Just get over it. Not helpful at all. Okay, so what actually is helpful? Here's the thing. Here's what we need to do. We need to reconcile and be rebellious. We need to be rebellious with the idea that the I'm not saying the universe is against you. What I'm saying is like we need to rebel against this idea that we are going to allow this to dominate who we are as Go people, as Go players. We need to just say, no, I'm not. I'm not going to let this hold me back. This is not going to be the thing that keeps me from moving forward. Um, and like I said before, like sometimes you have to be a little bit drastic and find that spark that's going to reinvigorate you. And that might take a little bit of work too. You might have to get creative with it, but ultimately don't let these frustrations of the game be the thing that holds you back.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be something else. Let it be dementia or something. I don't know. Some like a real excuse. Don't let it be, well, I'm terrible at Joseki. I hate this game. Don't let it be something stupid like that.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can totally do it. Look at this old man been playing forever. If I can do it, if a moron like me can do it, you can absolutely keep moving forward to do it.
Yeah. Just just pump out some games. Just have fun with it. Who cares? Just
No,
just
don't
play.
tell me it doesn't matter. Don't tell me it doesn't matter. All right. I am very, very deeply connected to my Go, okay? The moves I play on the board represent me.
I
Don't
think
tell me it doesn't matter.
I think
Every move
you
matters.
should shotgun some beers and
I should.
then go play a little Go with some friends in a
Yeah,
safe little setting. Um,
absolutely. Go play some Go with your friend. That is some solid advice. Screw the online play. Go play with your friends. Have fun with your friends. Oh, that's solid advice.
yeah, actually, I don't do that enough. I don't think I've ever done that because at least when we play Octo, it's still ranked, and so I'm like, I gotta win.
Well, not anymore, dude. After my tantrum, I quit all my ladders. I'm done.
Yeah, I know you did. Um, yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I think having like I wish I did this in hindsight. Um, but when I went on my week long vacation, um, I wish I just didn't play any Go at all. I
Mhm.
kept up with correspondence games, but I really wish I just didn't. To like get a full break, it was still like a pretty big break for me, in my opinion. Just to like be doing other things, um, but like, yeah, I think just when I'm so unhappy with the game, typically like just getting breaks in and just trying to get that reset is what is
Mhm.
needed. And sometimes like it's only like a few days I need, and sometimes it's much longer. I just gotta let it be. So
Yeah.
yeah, and again we have I think it's what episode 2 or 3, one of the, or what something. Octo's not in it. It's the one with Neil where we talk about being in a rut. We can go back to that episode,
Mm,
or you viewers can
right.
go listen to that and listen to whatever advice we had there about how to kind of get out of a rut. Perhaps I should go listen to that tomorrow on the way to work. But yeah, you feel better.
All right.
You get your
Yeah, I do feel cathartic. Just letting it all out.
good
Good.
good.
Gotta get it out.
um, little housekeeping. So for viewers, we had never really said this before, but I think what we want to do is have a schedule of every other week we'll film.
That's still pretty fast.
Octo, what the fuck?
Listen, that's a lot of topics, man. I don't know.
Anyways, I'm gonna try and push Octo to do every other week. Um, that is my goal to have some consistency. But yeah, this like month long break we've had is we had things going on. I was away, so here we are again. I hope no one
Yeah,
forgot about us.
we're back, baby.
We're back and we're pissed. All right, well that's been Down in the Queue episode. Oh shit, what are we on? Is it
Is it 7?
is it 7? Yes, because 5 was Max, 6 was
Yep.
about books, and then
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Okay, cool.
Welcome back to episode 7. Yay! All right, see you everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.